Oh, look at that. It even remembered. Amazing. I'm impressed. Cool. So here's my picture so far. So basically where I left you guys was like, man, like there-ish, I think. And I've been adding a big old tree house into it. And this is what I've been scribbling on for days. Aw, dude, the One Grim Reaper, thank you so much for hanging out ever since the fucking raid. You're wild. Thank you. Thank you so much for hanging out, though. Seriously. Gassy's a dope person. Send him my love. I don't have to, but I was thinking about it. I usually just stay in IRL, but we should try going into the art category for once. I don't know. Does it really matter where I am? Not really. Leaving forever was a lot longer than I anticipated. I'm back. Wow, Jesus. Forever is a very long time. Like, wow. It's true. Shall we cheers? And then I'll go grab my glove. Cheers, everybody. LZ, I'm of the opinion that they should legalize and regulate all drugs. Clean them up. People are going to do drugs regardless of whether or not they're legal. Might as well make it safe. And make money off it. I'm very pro taxes. For a 4-day hospital stay, I mean, underwear and lots of things to entertain yourself. Because you will not be allowed to leave your bed or anything. So, like, anything you can do in bed to entertain yourself, pack that shit. Legalize them, regulate them, tax them. Exactly. Like, do what you did with weed. Absolutely. I agree with that, Mel. Like, I'm not all for people going out and taking heroin, but I believe that the stigma around it would be removed if we didn't have such an illegality around drugs like that and we regulated them. And then if you remove that stigma, people are much more likely to seek help. People nowadays, like, half the reason they don't seek help is they just don't want anyone to know they were on drugs. But, like, everybody drinks, so AA is pretty common these days. Treatment, not jail, absolutely. Did you guys hear? Oh, I think it's New York City. They are putting in a mandate or a law or whatever, a regulation that they are no longer going to respond to mental health calls with cops. But that was a big move. They're only going to respond to cases, mental health cases with actual like, you know, social workers, which is huge. Drugs, that's the thing. Like, I'm all about decriminalizing addiction. Being addicted to a drug is a mental disease. That has nothing to do with your quality as a human or whether or not you're a criminal. You can become a criminal because you will be so addicted you'll do illegal things to get drugs. Showers, that you'll pretty much get like whore baths. Like, they'll wipe you down and give you little, like, baths in bed. You probably won't get a shower, though, because you're going to have an open... Well, it's in your nose, though. They won't let you get up for a bit. And so you'll probably just get, like, the whore baths, you know? I read that, I think on Reddit yesterday. I mean, who knows when or if it's going to go into effect, but... It's pretty cool regardless, I think. I'm going to finish this bowl and load a new one and get my glove. I agree, not enough gun. It's a double-sided, it's a double-edged sword, but if alcohol is going to be as legal and available as it is, I don't see the argument against anything else. Obviously, like, don't go legalizing crocodile and like fucking hybrid creepy bath salt drugs, but I don't know. It's not like a perfect answer, but that's my theory, is removing the stigma, people might actually seek help, which would be great. I would like, in the long run, everybody to feel like it's okay to ask for help. No? Jackie, are you still here? I think Jackie's working today. I meant to tell her that this strain is literally called Jackie. Exactly. I mean, sugar, dude. We've talked about it a million times. We don't have to go into it, but y'all know how addicting sugar is. Fucking rats will choose sugar over anything else. There's a lot of seeds in this weed, though. But oh well, I did want to grow some. I just don't like the pop in my bowl. I don't mind smoking a seed. Like, there's nothing bad about it. But sometimes they'll pop, like, crack in your bowl, and it's very scary. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. Can't you just get over it? Yeah, I think she was here earlier. I just was gonna tell her that I got a Jackie strain. The strain I got is called Jackie Glue. No idea. The lady told me what it's a mix of, but I forgot already. Jackie Chan and Gorilla Glue, I think. It is. I'll never get any personal notifications. The only ones I get are those fucking news notifications. Like, everything else is off, but for some reason the news comes through on the top of it. Yeah, I'm going to, though. I need to learn how to turn that stupid news one off. For a while, it was literally just Trump constantly, and y'all know how I feel about that word. Icky. I feel icky. Makes me feel like someone's gonna try to grab my pussy out of nowhere for some reason. Ugh. How long do you think until he tries to fuck his daughter? I feel like he'll move in with his daughter for like health reasons, and then they'll be married. No, I haven't yet because I don't have very much cleaner. I'm waiting until the cleaner I ordered come in, and then I'll have extra cleaner. I feel ewy. Big ickies. Blah, 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 blah. Cheers, everybody. I packed a beautiful new bowl. Oh my god, Andrew. We haven't even talked about D&D today. I'm drawing this is the treehouse from our D&D campaign that I do on the weekends with my friends, or on my day off, I guess I should say. And yesterday, like, half the campaign was Andrew and I's character getting unnecessarily drunk in a dark barn at nighttime. And then we just harassed an innocent woman with hair for like 30 minutes. It was pretty great. Harassed? We bullied the bitch. This bitch just shows up in a barn in the middle of nowhere and starts brushing her hair. Like an empty barn in a field. And she's like, this is my barn, I brush my hair here. And I was like, what? Who does that? Cheers. Well, so I wanted to freak her out, so I started telling her that she was going bald. And then one person in our campaign actually cast like an illusion spell on her, so she thought she was going bald. So then she started freaking out. But the thing is, I thought she was the monster. Like, I thought she might be the monster that like transfigured. So I was like, let's fuck with her. Dude, I'm so ready for even the most minute change. Bring it. Okay, I gotta go get my glove. I don't have even one in here. I have 4 gloves and they're all in my bedroom. I'll go grab one. Dude, for real, Liza. And we found, like, what was it? Proteus, Megan Lenius's character, like, sensed, what was it? It was like, you know, old magic, old transfiguration magic, which led everything to believe that this chick was transfigured. And then an actual monster showed up outside, so we were like, oh. Oops. I'm gonna go grab my glove. I'll be right back. All right. My handmade glove once was a sock until my dogs destroyed it. Oh, your first one, Jane. Oh my God, yes! My character gained the nickname Miss Weapon. That is amazing. So listen to this. This is probably one of my favorite, like, little side nonsenses that happened in our campaign. So, at one point, my character was like flipping out because she had never slept on a bed with real linens before. So someone paid for her to get a bed. I can't remember who paid for it. I think Proteus paid for us all to get beds. So she got a bed one night and she was wasted, and like Reese's character had to pull her up to bed and then sleep on the ground next to my character so she wouldn't like climb out of bed in the middle of the night because she was so drunk. It was great. And so what happened was that night, the night or the day after, we're all sitting down having coffee or something in the morning in like the inn restaurant area, whatever, the pub. And Andrew's character comes in. It's the first time we've ever seen him, and he has stacks of pure, fresh linens in his arms. And someone says something along the lines of, oh, that's the man who brings the linens for the beds. So my character thought linenman, like the linen man was like a mythical, like king, like, you know, status in the city. So I literally worshipped Andrew's character. I think she still does. Like, I think while we were drunk last night, he might have tried to explain to my character that, you know, the person who brings linens isn't necessarily the most important. However, Andrew's character is very important, of course. She still loves him and thinks he's the best thing in the entire world, but it's just hilarious. It's so much fun. Hi, Nova. How are you? It was Proteus. Yeah, that's what I thought. I don't think I'm just the crone right now, which I'm happy with. I like that nickname. My character kind of has a weird backstory we haven't really gone into yet. It hasn't really been brought up, but she's essentially so old that like her name, like her language, the name her language is in might possibly not even really exist anymore. So she just goes by the crone, which is kind of dope. You didn't make a very perfect line that time. Why are you sucking the hind tit? No. Get out of my life. Crones are very real. I mean, she's not a crone, I wouldn't say. She's like a warrior. But she has a backstory, and she's an old lady. She's a really old dragonborn. Who like she'll be kind of like socially awkward because things will happen. Like when she was in this town last, you know, half the town wasn't there and it was a forest. And so people will mention shit and she'll be like, well, last time I was here, this was a field, because the last time she was there was like hundreds of years ago. I can't remember. LZT figured out how old she is technically all the way. LZT's our, Lima Zulu Tango is my friend. He's our GM and he figured out how old she is actually, but it's fun. I like her. She's fun to roleplay. Because she's like really wise in some areas, but then like a total social nerd in other areas. A turtle-shaped living spaceship? Oh, hell yes. Where do you fall on gun ownership? I'm all about free. I think people deserve to have guns. I grew up in an area where everybody had guns, and we grew up with, you know, gun safety ever since we were kids. I have nothing against gun ownership, and I honestly don't know one person who likes guns who is against making them harder to get. That's all I want. I just think they should be harder to get, especially for crazy people. Like, if you have a fucking felony or something, someone should be finding that out. But no, I grew up with guns. Like, I grew up in an area where guns are used to feed your family. I can't fathom if those were taken away from those people. Like, those people literally fill their freezer with deer and bear, and that's what they eat for the winter. We've never had a school shooting in my town, ever. I'm not saying they don't happen, but my specific town never had one. But in my town, every single child was required to take gun safety every 2 years as a part of your school curriculum until you graduated. So there was a knowledge and a respect for guns that I completely understand most places do not have, and there's no reason to. I just grew up in an area where lots of hunting, so it was like, it was very appreciated by the parents that that was given to us all the time, you know? Yeah. And like, even people are like, this is where people probably won't like my opinion, but like big scary guns, I have nothing wrong with people owning them, but I think they should stay at a gun range. And then you go to that gun range to fucking play with it or set it off or blow shit up or do whatever you want, but it stays in a controlled area where no one's gonna steal it and try to shoot up a school. Like, I don't understand why you need to have an AK in your home. It's the same way I don't understand why you need a venomous viper in your home. Like a snake that can kill people. Like, I don't understand why you need that in your house. But that's just me. I grew up with lots of wonderful people who like guns, so I know I have kind of like a bias, like not a bias, but a more, I don't know. I just have a different view on it because I did not grow in an area where I ever feared a gun. Like we never, when Columbine happened, I remember our whole school was like literally absolutely flabbergasted because none of us could fathom using a gun to hurt somebody. Everybody in my school had rifles and shit. But like my dad was always insanely safe about him. He had 2 gun safes, one where all the ammo was and one where all the guns were, and they were extremely separated. So there was like no chance. And we respected it. None of us ever broke into my dad's gun safe. I think I might have tried one time, but it was to steal painkillers because I was a stupid kid on drugs. Don't do that. Don't be me. But I didn't get in, is the moral of that story. The safe was that secure. Did not get into said drugs, but I think I tried because I was a dumbass. Educated opinion. Thank you very much. I try not to like make it sound like that's the solving all the issues because I realize there's places in the world where that is the way I grew up isn't possible because it's not the culture. I respect that. But I mean, there's a lot of people who have never had an urge or a thought or an emotion or a feeling or a fucking tick to shoot another human. I didn't even know people did that until that shit happened. That like horrible Columbine stuff happened when I was like in middle school. I had no idea that was even like a possibility that humans would consider doing something that to each other. Wasn't taught it. It wasn't even part of our like world, you know? Am I on a different layer? I don't think I am. Yeah, I am. Hell yeah. Good job, Katie. Phone just vibrated. I've been getting so many spam calls today. It's honestly like infuriating me. 7 this morning. Like I can't tell you the last time I got a call from a person. Fuck. Oh, Vissy's sad. Lots of elephant guns around here have never been used for crimes, right? My friend Taters loves guns. She lives in Georgia. They have like an AK. They have some semi-automatic and whatever. But like they have it at a fucking range. It stays at a range. It's safe at a range. No one's gonna steal it at the range. They're only gonna use it at the range. So there's no fucking point in bringing it home, you know? And I respect that. I have nothing wrong with that. It's like a hobby. It's like me having poisonous tarantulas. I'm not gonna take my poisonous tarantulas out anywhere. Maybe. Unless you guys piss me off. Watch out. I don't have anything that could kill you though. That's a little known fact I've found. A lot of people don't know that there is no tarantula that can kill you. There's like no deadly tarantula in the world that they've found yet. Medically significant venom, like a bee sting, but none of them can kill you, which is kind of cool. Business tarantulas, exactly. Excluding allergies, of course, yeah. Like that's like, I always say that when I talk about, yay! Thank you for the follow. What is that cute little snake? They're hognose snakes. They're technically rear-fanged venomous snakes. But the likelihood of them biting you is pretty slim unless you fuck with one and you have to have like an allergy. But some people have it. You gotta be cautious. You gotta be cautious. I've never been bit by any of my animals except Bowser, and that was my fault. I know everyone said, get the fuck out! Get out! Get out from under. You are not battling him. He's hurt right now. You need to stop. Stop. Trick pulled a muscle in his shoulder and she keeps trying to fuck with him. She's such a little bitch. I love you, Lil, but you gotta stop. You gotta leave your brother alone, man. Poor guy. Uki, fuck yes. They are really playful, but Trick is literally, he's in his sanctuary spot. He has one spot under my desk that means I don't want to play, and it's like cornered so she can't lay with him. And she'll like just chew on his legs and stuff, and I have to like grab her legs and pull her out. Oh man, mad. Apple cider vinegar quite literally makes me vom. Good luck. Literally, I couldn't do it. Now the smell of vinegar makes me vom. I hate it just from trying to do the apple cider vinegar thing. The memories, they are foul. Aw, dude, Bipara, I talk about that all the time. Dude, not just politics, like every Sunday we've been reading from the Christian Bible and no one attacks anyone. We have such a blessed community here. I'm so proud of what my mods and I have managed, and the community really, has managed to cultivate over the years. And I don't say that lightly. I actually invited people to send me other religious texts if they'd like me to read them, because everybody here did such a like, I don't want to say like everybody did such a good job, but you guys know what I mean. Like, it was pretty cool. Everybody had really mature conversations and stuff. No one attacked anyone. No one was religious bashing. It was just like pointing out really fucking weird shit in the Bible and learning. TV, what is that? Can I ask you what that is, man? Because I think Zeke has the exact same thing. Seriously. Zeke has this weird thing on his body that looks like, yep, you have the exact same thing Zeke has. Tinea versicolor, yep. It's a fungus. Zeke has the exact same thing, dude. No shit. But he doesn't do anything, because it doesn't. Does yours, like, bother you? Because his doesn't. And it only really breaks out when he gets sweaty, like, after we fuck, and then it goes away. It doesn't bother me. Tinea versicolor, it's a fungus that lives on your skin, but it's not contagious. And it just kind of looks like you get kind of a rash when you get hot and sweaty. Doesn't bother me at all. Same thing exactly. Yep, that's Zach's. Like every once in a while, like after we fuck or if he gets super hot and sweaty, he'll just have like, it's like a red rash that breaks out. And it's literally like, it's called tinea versicolor. Non-contagious, doesn't itch, nothing. I just consider it part of him at this point. I don't even notice it. I remember he like pointed it out when we first started dating and I was like, okay. He's like, okay, I just didn't want you to think I had something contagious. I'm like, all right. We're good. Just don't like open a vein on me. You had ringworm? My sister, dude. When my sister was a little kid, Andrew, she got ringworm and we couldn't figure out why. It was from my brothers. All of my brothers did wrestling when we were younger, and they would do wrestling on the wrestling mats and get ringworm from the disgusting wrestling mats at school, and they like would come home and wrestle with us. And I never got it somehow, but Sarah got it, and she was fucking disgusted. She was like, oh my God, how? And I was like, I don't know, just fucking take the anti-fungicide. Let's pretend this isn't happening. Does it turn white when he's tans? I don't know, because it's not permanent. Like, it just, like right now he doesn't have it. It only happens when he gets hot and sweaty. After a shower, it'll like, you'll see it, you know? I don't see it that often, but no, I don't think it like tans differently, but he doesn't go out like shirtless. It's not on his face at all. It's only on like his shoulders and arms and back, I think, and a little bit of his sides. It's not everywhere. It's not on his face at all. I'm trying to think. I don't know. It's definitely different skin. From a protest, you know what? It's better than getting COVID from a protest. I've been seeing a lot of people celebrating out in the streets without masks on, and I'm like, just because Biden won does not mean COVID doesn't exist. You guys know that, right? Oh, wait, can I ask you a question? Real quick. So Mad was just telling me he has tinea versicolor, and he was asking, does your skin tan differently in those areas?
The swatch like doesn't. Oh,
That's what I said. You don't have them very often. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't even. Does yours itch? Really? Oh, apparently his itches when he gets hot and sweaty. Andrew says hi. He took my severed head, you guys. I have to make sure I get it back. This is huge. Why am I like this? This music's intense, dude. I'm just trying to build up some layers so I can blend them, but like leave texture and they won't look like shit. That's all I'm doing. I talked to David about this a little bit. I messaged him one morning and I was like, can I ask you questions about digital painting? Because I noticed whenever I would start blending, my paint would literally just disappear. Like the canvas would start to show through. And I was like, I've got to be doing something wrong because it's digital, so it's just different. You can't feel like, I'm very tactile, so when I paint traditionally, I count on how it feels. I feel if the paint is too thick or too thin, and I can feel how much I'm blending, but you can't feel shit in digital. So he taught me about layering the colors. It was quite helpful. Man, this is really streamlined. Why are you streamlined? Oh God, absolutely not. It does sound like we're racing. I feel like I need to draw faster or something. Like, guys, I just can't handle the pressure right now. It's coming for us. I gotta finish this little window before I... It does kind of look like an hour Siron, huh? I'm trying to make a glow, and then I'll blend it, and then merge it into the background. Actually, let's go into the background a little bit, and we're gonna get a soft liner. No, I've actually really become a fan of just using the airbrushing brushes for most things these days. I used to think you needed all the fancy brushes, but I'm thinking this one's the way to go. Look at that perfect circle. It's a perfect circle, y'all. I just gave you a good idea. Oh my God, of what? Tell me. I think he's talking about my head right now. I guess it's his severed head, but no, he said I can have it. Bitch better not take my severed head. Bitch better have my money. Who feasible is it in D&D for us noobs to make a passphrase locked door for the clubhouse? You'd have to ask LZT on that one. I'm sure we could. It'd probably have to be some sort of like stagnant magic spell or like a magical item. Like if someone in our group would have to have enchanting or something like that, I think, right? I could be totally wrong. I think so. I think someone has to have, Could be totally wrong though. It's been a long time since I did anything that was magic. Oh no, my severed head. What? You know what I mean? Like if we wanted a passphrase or a magical something on the door, it's gonna have to be a spell or an enchanted item. So we could go on a quest for an enchanted item that we could put on the door that made a passphrase or a code. Like Harry Potter, you know, like the the paintings. Yeah. I'd be down for a quest like that. That'd be super fun. I'm sure LZT would be down. He likes making new stuff. He's a creative man's. I love this brush. It's so pretty. I try not to smooth